Hey there, this is Erica with a K, and you are in the E-Zone experience. So thanks for stopping by. And if you found me, that means that we are vibing on the same frequency. That means that either you are feeling great because I am up here. My frequency is up here. White light is all I see. I am feeling great. And either you're feeling great or you want to feel better. You're looking for your happy place, so you're maybe spinning down here somewhere, and the universe is saying, you know what, watch this chick, because you will be enlightened or definitely entertained. So hang out with me. On this channel, I talk about love, I talk about dating, I talk about shit on Instagram that makes my ass itching. Yeah, I cuss a little bit. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment, because you will see that I will respond to all comments, and that I will also sometimes use your comments or your questions and create topics for my next video. And if you are returning, if you are already subscribed and you're helping me get to 1,000, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And that means that we are still vibing on the same frequency. That means, again, you're feeling your best self, or that maybe you know that when you spend a little bit of time with me, that you're going to be feeling better, right? So if you're going to, again, be enlightened or be entertained, if nothing else. So I am sipping, as usual, I am sipping on Cali Red 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg. And this glass is actually supposed to hold a whole bottle of wine. I've yet to try it like that, but this is actually probably a red wine glass pour or something like this. This is my third time shooting this video, so I've been sipping on it. So it started off as a full pour of red wine in a normal glass, but child, who knows? All right, taking a sip. I had to re-record. This is going to be random because you guys know I like to go off in a tangent, but the damn fireplace was making, it just has this background noise. So I turned it off. We shall see. I have a microphone because I keep hearing feedback that you need to get a microphone. I always have a microphone. It's the placement, I think. So we're going to try a different placement, but here's a mic. So hopefully that it sounds good. We'll see. Again, comment. You guys, a lot of people don't complain about it, but anyway. So I have two topics tonight. One of the topics is, what do men want from women? What do I think that men want from women? And we already know what number one is, right? Sex. They want sex. Like, they can't get enough. Like, I remember when I was married, and we were in our 20s at that time. My husband had found some statistic. He used to always read the newspaper, and he told me that men thought about sex like 100 times, just some crazy asinine number of times per minute. And I just thought that was just like obnoxious, right? Like insane. Like there has to be something else that a man could think about. Again, we didn't have Google back then, so I had to take his word for it. And again, he was always reading the newspaper, so I'm sure maybe he got the stat there. Who knows? And who knows if it was true or not, right? He didn't tell the truth about everything. He didn't tell the truth about a lot of things. We're not bashing him. I digress. So anyway, I'm not going to smack again. Where's that smacking coming from? Anyway, so number one, sex. And that's cool, right? Because sex is important to me too. But let's be real. Good sex, at my age, good sex is important to me. And we're going to stop with the bullshit. We're not going to pretend that size doesn't matter. Size matters to me. Size matters. I don't give a damn about the motion in the ocean. I want the motion with the ocean too. But bring me a damn yacht. Bring me a ship. Don't bring me a little scooter boat or a little jet ski or a little the little fishing boat. Don't bring me that shit. Bring me size matters. And that's all I'm gonna say. So if sex is so important to a man, then he needs to bring it, right? So I don't know, since I'm assuming that they are sharing trade secrets with each other as they are getting older, especially when they first start having sex. Maybe not so much. Maybe they're getting it off porn or listening to ninjas on Instagram or social media telling them how to do stuff. I don't know. All I'm saying is, Sex is important. I agree with that. Women want it too, or at least I want. This is Erica for free. Size matters to me. Now I want you to be just super big. I don't need that, but I do need to know that you're there, length and width, and I don't need you popping out. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. But I'll just say that maybe there should be a meeting where you guys talk about. And if you're little, then I guess there's not much you can do about it. But sometimes I think they think they're better at sex, performing sex, whatever they're doing to us, than they really are. So they make a lot of noise about how important sex is. But again, sometimes I think they need a reality check. They like make it worth our while, and then we'll want it just as much, right? That's again Erica for free. I think number 2, they want a safe haven. They want a place of refuge. They want someone that they can trust. So they want someone that they can come to. They can rest their head. They can be in a stress-free environment. They can be. I keep seeing posts about be my peace. I can't be a man's peace. I can only create a peaceful atmosphere, right? And that's something that I do on a regular. Like I carry that with me. But in my home, it is definitely a sanctuary. That's why I limit the number of people that can come in, or I limit who has access to me, who is invited in, who comes in and spends time in my place, right? Because I am always preparing a table. I am always setting the environment, even just for me. And I'm important. So that means that if I don't know that you're coming in, you're coming in unexpectedly, or I don't have to do any last minute shifts to prepare my home to receive you, right? Because it is always ready. Like if it says, the saying is, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. My home is always ready. I mean, even mostly from a spiritual aspect. Like it is a calming place. I burn incense with intention. My incense are not just bubblegum, and I don't burn that shit. I burn clarity. I burn nirvana. I burn peace of mind. Like my incense are aligned with where I am spiritually, right? That's how I can stay on a high vibration, right? Because I am always setting the tone. I burn candles all day, every day. Sometimes 2 and 3 candles, depending on if I have them on the main level as well as upstairs too, right? Like everything that I do is intentionally, but it's not, because it's become a mindset for me. It's not work. It's not work. Like, so I believe that a guy wants sex, number 1. Number 2, a place of refuge, somewhere where he can come, someone who he can just lie down in his girl's lap. She will massage his temples. She will pray over him. She would rest her hand over his forehead, or the crown of his head, or the back of his head where his pituitary gland is, and pray over him. And pray, P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y. And it's not a Mona Lisa, Lil Wayne type deal, right? No bullshit. It is someone who is really covering her man, because she knows that he is covering her, that he has her how she needs him, right? So it's just that thing, that he trusts her because she can trust him. So number 3 would be just that he's with someone who he can build with someone who he knows trusts him. I believe our men are so beat up these days that they don't feel trusted. And probably because they have a bad rep. And some of them because they deserve it. They've been shitty. They've made some piss poor decisions. They've hurt a lot. There are so many bodies that they have buried hurting people, especially women in these relationships, because they cannot either commit to a relationship and fully commit and be faithful and loyal. Maybe because, again, I'm not sure that is the natural order of things, but also because they can't be brave enough to let a woman know that they don't want to be in a committed relationship, or they no longer want to be in a relationship with that woman. It takes courage, right? And they prefer to be cowards and cheat. I've talked about that in a different video. So again, they want sex. They want a place of refuge and somewhere that they can feel secure and vulnerable, to be able to talk about their day, to rant, to vent, to cry. When the men should be allowed to cry, and then pull their bootstraps up and get back out there and take on the world. And also, again, they want to be someone that they can build with, and that they can trust, that the woman is not taking advantage of them, but she also trusts him to take care of whatever it is that he needs to take care of, right? I believe that that's interesting. And he wants to be with someone that he can have fun with. Like, once you lock all that down, I think the beauty of being in a relationship is that you can be you. Like, you've gotten through the bullshit. There's no more presenting a representative, being fake, not being yourself, morphing yourself, or trying to pretend to be someone that you aren't, pretending to have something that you don't. I think the beauty of committing to a relationship is being able to exhale and just be you. And we always talk about unconditional love. I don't know how realistic it is to love someone unconditionally if you didn't give birth to them, because it's a struggle sometimes as a parent to love a kid unconditionally, right? Especially when they get on your nerves. But then you find yourself and you're like, oh yeah, that's mine, right? Being with another human being, another adult who was raised differently, who maybe their morals or values may be slightly different than yours, and I don't even know if you're supposed to be together if that's the case, because again, I don't know how they found you on this same frequency, but whatever it is, there will be differences, because again, you were raised differently, right? From how you put the toilet paper on the roll, to leaving the toilet seat up or down, or whatever, the man drives the car, the man pushes the buggy in the grocery store, whatever, any of that little trivial shit. But what they're seeking, I think what we're all seeking, is finding someone that you can have fun with. You can be yourself. So whatever that is, like having conversations while one is in the bathroom, either using the restroom or taking a shower, if you're not showering together, or someone's showering, I'm not enunciating, or maybe one's taking a bath in the bathtub and you're just sitting in there and you're talking and you're chilling. I think that's beautiful. I think someone, whatever your favorite thing is, your favorite pastime, so whether it's hunting, whether it's riding ATV, or four-wheelers, I should say, riding motorcycles, riding in an RV across country, traveling to different countries, have a 50 state, go hit all 50 states in the next year, whatever that is, rock climbing, zip lining, jumping off shit, jumping out of shit, whatever that thing is, that you know that you got somebody that you are aligned with, who does the same thing, likes to do the same thing, can share that common interest. I think that's dope. I think that that's something that a guy would want too, right? So those are 4 or 5 things. Tell me what you think. Like, especially the guys, like, am I close? Other than sex. And we all like sex. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like sex too. Like, it just gotta be worth my while. Like, I want it, but I want it to be good. All right, so the other topic I wanted to talk about is, let me take a sip here. Choosing me. I get a lot of flack because it sounds like I'm looking for perfection from a guy, which is weird because I'm not. I just want a man to take care of himself. I'm not going down that rabbit hole, but I do choose me a lot. And I'll say it's learned behavior. And some of the things I'm understanding now, that since I've been retired from dating, I need to tell y'all something too. I have to confess to something about the retired from dating thing. But since I've been retired from dating, I've been taking, making self-reflection, just reflecting in introspective looks and trying to decide what are the things that I've learned behavior that I don't want to take into my next relationship, or maybe it's not something that is beneficial to me, period, right? Just me by myself, as I'm navigating and interacting with people and engaging with people, not necessarily on a romantic or intimate level, but just maybe it's something that I need to self correct. And something I mentioned probably in some videos ago was about, so let me go here because I'm probably a little scattered and I want to make sure that I'm focused. So what I do, I do choose me. I choose me a lot. And that's because in previous relationship, especially my marriage, I didn't choose me. I didn't know what that looked like. I really focused on trying to make sure that my husband was happy. And what I realized coming out of that I had no control over his happiness. He had to be happy. I had to be happy. And when I figured that shit out, I was gung ho on, I'm always going to be happy and fuck them, right? Not great. Not great for any relationship, right? That's not fair. But because if I'm always choosing me and then my significant other is always choosing him, where do we come in the middle, right? Like we're always going to be veering in different directions, especially if what I want differs from what he wants, right? And again, that doesn't mean that we're not on the same frequency or not supposed to be together. But again, sometimes things are just going to not be aligned when you're with that person, because again, two different personalities from different backgrounds, and then you got the feminine and masculine energy coming from both, because we all have that masculine and feminine energy, right? It's just who has a little bit more, right? So what I have come back to is that there has to be some level of meeting in the middle. How do you get to the middle, right? How do you choose you without losing you? And how do you hear that your significant other and make sure that they hear you, right? And that just comes from great communication, or anything more than subpar communication. So if there's no communication, or if you're not hearing each other, then you're losing each other, right? And you're going to keep missing. But I think it goes back to what I mentioned in a different video too, where I got it from, what we're talking about, whether you compromise or you sacrifice. And compromise, again, feels like a better word. It just rolls off your lips. It feels better. It feels like there's a negotiation, like I'm giving, you're giving, I'm getting, you're getting. But again, listening to What I Know For Sure podcast, one of the things that one of their podcasters, Megan B. Simone's best friend, said was she described what sacrifice meant to her versus to compromise. And I'm beginning to get it. I'm beginning to accept it. I'm beginning to receive it, right? And honestly, in all honesty, we as a mother, as an employee, as an employer, we know what it is to sacrifice, right? It just feels, the word is, it just has for me, has a connotation of giving in, giving up, right? Where, because I guess maybe we think about Christ sacrificed his life for us, or if I sacrifice, that means I lose. For me, that's what it feels like. If I sacrifice, if I give that up, that means I lose. And I have to remember that the relationship is a long-term game. Like you're playing the long game. You're not playing to jump in and jump out. So that means you're going to sacrifice, because what that person wants, your significant other wants, may be more important at the time, or that's just what you're doing out of love, right? That you will sacrifice whatever it is you're wanting to allow them to have what they want. But understanding and making sure that they understand that that's what you're doing. So I think it's great to have that conversation up front in a relationship, the difference between compromise and sacrifice, and then make sure that you are both aligned on it. But I will say that choosing me, I still choose me, but I have to be realistic in understanding that choosing me may also mean choosing my heart and my love. So I choose me, and I sacrifice what I want for my love because I love them that much. And I'm going to end right now because that was deep for me. I hope that made sense. So I'll choose me. And I choose, but choosing me means I'm choosing what I want. And what I want is a healthy, successful relationship. And sometimes that means that I will have to sacrifice what I think I need or want at that time. Not need, but want at that time. I'll sacrifice that to allow my significant other to have what he wants at that particular time, as long as we understand that. And it's not a tick for tack thing. It is definitely a conversation about communicating and being present with your person, being vulnerable enough and getting to that point where you're all of those four things for each other. You're a great sex partner, you're a place of refuge for each other, you're someone that you can grow and build together, and you're having fun, whatever that fun looks like, right? Anyway, welcome to the E-Zone experience. Thanks for stopping in. This is Erica with the K. Hopefully you leave here enlightened, if not definitely entertained. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and we'll talk next time.